First thing Friday morning, up at Torrington, tanker's still running to the nurse tank. It's just Blake on the tanker today. There's 2 Arctics running, so there is no benefit to having 2 tankers on because one can keep up. Yeah, this is the first load of the day. Blake's just got the pipe work out ready for the lorry to couple up to and blow into the nurse tank. Once he's done, Blake will fill up and he'll carry on spreading this block. I think possibly today is the last day up here, so he'll get that done. The majority of the rest of them are all on beet harvest at the moment. I did pop to that field on my way here, but they weren't there yet, and I need to be back in the office pretty sharpish, so just swung around here, catch up with the first load of the day, and we'll have a look at some beet harvesting later on. And there's also some beet to wash, because currently what they've got washed up there is only enough to last until kind of middle of the day Friday. They do 2 feeds. They've got enough for their first feed but not for the second, so we'll be harvesting and washing today. So I'll head back to the office and get what I need to get done, and we'll catch up with the rest of them in a bit. So I had a meeting with the agronomist this morning, which is why I had to shoot quick from Torrington with Blake there. We were just going through nutrient management plan for the coming year, making sure everything's in place. We know exactly what crop's getting what. As you've probably realised, we kind of primarily use organic fertilisers, manures and digestate as our primary source of fertiliser. So it's just getting our ducks in a row with that, making sure we know where we are and what we're applying, and that we're putting the right amount on. So he's all happy with that, and I'm just currently driving along the headland of a field, because Dad is in the next field over drilling. So just driving along to go and find him. He assures me that I'll be able to get my car down there, so we'll see. He might have more faith in me than I do. So here we are, next field over. Again, this is oats going in the ground. We obviously you would have seen the videos of us starting the oats last week, when the ground conditions were probably a day or 2 days off of where we'd want them to be, but at that point we were supposedly getting some wet weather for a couple days, and that never came. Now Dad's saying the conditions are absolutely bang on perfect, so a little bit annoying that we had to go last week and pull the trigger, because they would have gone in better this week, but they should be fine what we've done till this point. But yeah, the way they're going in now is absolutely perfect. Boss man is very happy. He'll finish drilling this block, and I believe this afternoon we'll have to be washing beet. If not this afternoon, then that'll be a job for tomorrow. Depends on how much more drilling Dad's got to do. If it is just this block, then I imagine there'll be some washing this afternoon. If he's got more, then we'll catch up with him later on at the next place. So these spring oats going in the ground now. We put in around 200 or so acres of spring oats, which is the same amount as last year. But when you consider the date now, what are we, middle of March? Last year with the rain we had for all of March, all of April, we were so far behind. The oats didn't go in the ground until the start of May. So this weather that we've had in the last couple of weeks should hopefully have kind of got us in a much better position in comparison to last year, with everything, when you consider we're using the digestate as fertilizer as well. We couldn't even get that spread last year in preparation, so when you've got other spring crops going in the ground like fodder, beet and maize, it's allowed us to be in a much better position this year than last.
Oh,
So
water hole activating. Still want to do us.
we're on board again in the 8R410 and the drill. Just to give you a good idea of how dry it is this year, we're just coming up to a point in the field now that we always drill around because it's always too wet to actually go through. And just down in this dip here, and yeah, it's dry enough to pull all the way through.
As you can see.
You see here, the purple line shows where you usually go around, and we're able to just go straight through at the moment, which is always a bonus. Makes your field a bit bigger, not having to cut bits out of it. I have watched that video back and realised that you can't see the purple line that I'm talking about, but rest assured, there was a purple line going around that valley. You just couldn't see it. But yeah, the conditions are lovely. Dad has said he's farmed this field for he doesn't know how many years, and he's never been able to drill through there in the spring. So yeah, we're in a nice little spot of weather at the moment. No doubt it will change by the end of the month, and it won't look quite the same, but hopefully by then we've got quite a bit done. Just on my way back from that field Dad's in, back to the office, just to stop in just to check on how the beet harvest is going. See, there's been 4 or 5 tips already, so they are well underway. They'll each get another 1 or 2 in today, so hopefully by the end of today we'll be looking at between 8 and 12, I'd imagine. Loads of beet tipped, and we'll get on to washing some of that. I imagine it, now looking at it, it'll probably be washed tomorrow. But yeah, we'll head on up and see some beet harvesting this afternoon, and check how Will's getting on the last little push for the end of the beet harvest. Back up to Torrington. It's like I never left. Got another lorry here late on in the afternoon now, just filling the nurse tank again. Blake's in there. He'll fill his tanker once the nurse tank's full. I'll jump up with him and we'll spread a load. I'm on board with Blakos in the tanker. He's just extending his booms, ready to go. He's starting a new field. There's only 2 more lorries after this one, and then he'll be finished for the day and finished for the week. Got a well-earned few pints in Torquay tomorrow, he's telling me. He cannot wait. I thought I'd better get in here with Blake while I had the opportunity, because he's leaving us and going to America for 10 months or whatever it is.
I miss you, Tom.
Got to take the opportunity while I can. So Blake's been up here all day on his own. Like I said earlier, there's only 2 tankers running, so 2 Arctic tankers running, so there's no need for us to have 2 of our tankers up here, because they'd be waiting for hours in between. Tough old working here, just letting it steer itself. Difficult, isn't it, Blake?
Yeah, it is, mate.
This field here, this is the first load going in. Blake's been finishing off the rest of them until now. He thought he'd start a nice fresh one just for the YouTube video. Back now, sucking up. Blake will just have a look and see how much is in the tank. He'll fill up and he'll spread what's left, and then wait for the next one. What a guy. So I have now made it up to the beet harvester just in time. Will's just loaded Andrew with 1 load into the high tip, and it's on they're on the last trailer of the day. So I've only just managed to make it. Could have been a bit of an anticlimax after talking about coming up here all day and then missing the boat, but yeah, I'll just head over there, watch a bit of harvesting, and yeah, show you what we're up to. So Will's just putting a little bit more into the trailer because it wasn't quite full. So there, he's giving him a full tip now. George is out in the other field, ready to be loaded. Steve Lee would tell you that's profit wasted on the floor there. A couple of you have asked whether it's a bit late in the year for beet harvest, and it is right towards the end of when we would normally harvest. Depending on what kind of year you have weather-wise, we have been known to be harvesting quite late into April. But most of the farmers that we deal with, this is now middle of March, end of March, kind of when they start coming to the end of their beet crops. We tend to go towards the end of March, and usually it runs a little bit into April. These fields that we are now in, we've got this field that you've seen, this is the last little bit of this 35 acre block. We've got another 35 acres literally on top of the hill opposite me. That is the last beet we've got, so we are right towards the end of it now. And it was drilled quite late. It was drilled once and then re-drilled. It capped over and the ground went like concrete, and between us and the agronomist, we decided it was best to cut our losses on that and re-drill it. And yeah, it was a good decision in the end. Obviously costly at the time, but come harvest time, you're glad you've done it. So that's why this crop's obviously a little bit later to harvest as well, because it was in quite a bit after the rest in the end. Some of you may have put two and two together from some of the other pictures that I've shown, that this is the same block of land where I have my wonderfully famous drone crash over in those trees there. Not my proudest moment, and still yet to get my replacement. Actually, I have ordered Harry his after I've destroyed it, but yeah, at some point I'll be back on some drone footage for you all as well, once I've sorted that out. That was just me trying to kind of give a good angle of how the beet harvester works, how it picks the beet out of the ground, and yeah, tops the beet, picks it out of the ground. You can kind of get the gist of what's going on there from that. I know it's all a bit quick. Yeah, glad I managed to get up here and catch them before they finished. This will be the last tip of the day, I think, so yeah, I was just in time. That'll be it for today's video, and yeah, that'll be it for the week from me. I know we've got a few lads off tomorrow. They will be doing a bit of washing, but yeah, we'll call it a week there. Thank you very much for watching all week and keeping up with us. And yeah, as always, if you're enjoying the videos, give them a like, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll try and keep them coming. Hopefully Monday we'll have a bit of a Q&A with Dad. You know, we've got a family funeral on Monday, so I'm hoping if I can record that over the weekend, I'll be able to put something out there for you on Monday, because we will be otherwise engaged in terms of any kind of farm work. So yeah, thank you for watching, and see you next week. Cheers.